300 miles, 30 hours in the desert at night. 6 Portlanders made a mad dash from LA to Las Vegas, and you can see their journey for yourself.
And no one was chasing them. They did this for fun. And in true Portland fashion, a beer partnership helped make it all happen.
Obviously.
Here to talk about their new documentary, Dogs Without a Leash, we've got 2 of the runners from this team, Kellen Manley and Suki Khosla. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here.
Y'all are wild.
Thanks for having us.
Seriously, I mean, what a race. Okay, so tell us about this. This is from Santa Monica to the Las Vegas Strip. What did this entail?
Yeah, this is, it's as we were talking about previously, this is kind of like double Hooded Coast with half as many people. But it's an unregulated course, so half of the battle is planning it out and think about how we're going to tackle this kind of adventure. But you could do any sort of course, just as long as it's not on the highway. So
seriously,
so it's one of those things where it's like the planning is just as important as the actual race itself.
I bet.
Well, I haven't done Hood to Coast myself, but I know Emily's done this, and I think about those moments when you're at night, right? And like you feel really isolated and alone. And I can't imagine what that felt like in the desert.
Yeah, I think one that really stands out to me is like the name of this road is called Powerline Road, and we had hit this at between 2 and 4 a.m. at night. Both of us had run about 45 miles. We had 4 of us in the car just cycling out 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever you could kind of do. Flashlight in one hand, and you're like a little bit delirious. The car's bottoming out every 30, 40 seconds.
No.
One of our friends is just sitting in the front seat with a flashlight, like, hard left here, put your tire on this rock. Like no music, just intense. And that was
it's one of those things where you kind of had to, you know, there's always that joke, you had to be there.
Yeah.
You truly had to be there. And I think this documentary kind of pulls that in. It makes you feel like you're kind of fly on the wall during those whole experiences. So yeah, it's a pretty radical thing, man.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So this documentary, Dogs Without a Leash, is going to follow you guys on this run. How was the training for something like this? I mean, when did this idea first get into your heads?
Yeah, so I think you know, we're both track guys. We ran track in college and slowly converted over. Kind of what's the next adventure? You know, I've dabbled in marathons and things like that. We both ran the Shamrock 8K. In March as well, so you're like, okay, I think you just got to run. I think that's the basis
It
of it.
becomes a mental game at some point.
Totally, and just endurance and being strong enough to withstand that. Hopefully, you know, no injuries and things like that.
Oh my gosh.
Luckily, we skated through it.
Yeah, taking some ibuprofen for sure during the race. We had the icy hot and the lead and all that stuff in the car. Just like, can we get through this? Yeah, I mean, we trained as track guys. I'd never done a marathon before. The idea came, I guess, a little bit from you and our friend Tate. And when he first asked me to do this, I actually thought it was a 5K. So I was just like, easily, oh yeah, I'm on board.
It's a 5K, just like 20 times.
Like, bait and switch for sure. A couple months later, he's like, no, dude, I think you're gonna run like 50 or 60 miles.
Yeah, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
50. There was a 0 there.
Yeah, missed that one. Missed that one.
Wow. Okay, well, judging by your swag, you teamed up with Pabst Light on this one, and you're working with Project Pabst this summer. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so Project Pabst is basically a big concert series, and I think it's towards the end of July here at the Portland waterfront. There's a couple cool bands. I think the Chats, cool Australian band that I listened to in college, is showing up. Iggy Pop, Death Cab for Cutie, I believe. So it's going to be a pretty cool thing. I think we're leading a community run and or maybe even fun run 5K. There's some things that need to fall in line for that to happen.
Truly a 5K, not 50 miles.
Correct. Yeah, just a 5K.
They mean it this time.
Everybody is welcome. It should just be a fun event. Hopefully, sun is shining on the waterfront, so it'll be pretty exciting.
Have some Pabst.
Yeah, have some. There you go. Before and after, maybe. I don't know.
During, I don't know.
It is technically carb loading, right? It's a little bit of carb loading.
That's right. That's true.
Great recovery
How
drink.
cool is it to have this moment where, I mean, you could be with the community on a sunny day, going for a run, but then also hanging out at a concert? It seems like a good time.
It seems it's kind of our bread and butter. Yeah, per se.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit of our pitch originally to try to get sponsored. It was like, oh, we like running, but also we like beers, like hanging out, and we know how to have a good time. So I think this is kind of the culmination of that with the documentary, and then Project Pabst of just hanging out in Portland, drinking Pabst Light, going for a little run. It'll be great.
These are the moments you're thinking about when you're referencing that dark running.
Right.
You're like, okay, I know there's going to be something at the end of the tunnel.
That's what it's for.
This is what it's
desert.
for.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you guys for being here this morning. And if you want to learn more about what it was like to be on that race, Dogs Without a Leash is hosting a documentary screening tomorrow at the Tomorrow Theater. It starts at 6 p.m. For tickets and info about the Speed Project and their work with Project Pabst, just check out this story on coin.com.